So what encouraged you to invite me to do YouTube with you?
You know, we met online and I wasn't really
Feeling me.
At first I wasn't really feeling you, but you had a lot of energy, and you were kind of funny, and I just thought you would be the perfect person for me to interview online. And so I asked you, hey, you want to do an interview? And you said, yeah. And that was kind of my first YouTube video.
I think it was. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad.
We're not doing that today because today I'm going to be your host. You'll be my guest. Okay? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad. I'm your host, Cheng. Because you asked for it, we are going to give it to you. So for today's video, I am going to interview the man behind Richie Rich Abroad, the one and only Rich. If you like this interview, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated on our latest videos. So you gotta relax, chill.
But also, don't forget to leave your comments below because you know I like to read them.
So without further ado, I'll kick the intro and let's get on to this video.
Rolling by trike. Here we go.
So Rich, before we start, how do you feel, especially now that you just had your birthday?
I feel great.
You feel
good. Feels same as I did the day before my birthday and the day before that.
So for our audience here, maybe you could share a little from your background, what do you do, something like that. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Richard, but you can call me Rich or you can call me Richie Rich. Most people here call me Richie Rich, and that's fine with me. I'm from Berkeley, California. Went to University of Montana for undergrad. Went to University of Southern California for law school. My job here is teaching law classes online.
So thank you for that. So for my first question, what initially brought you to the Philippines?
My first time coming to the Philippines was in 2012, and I came for a holiday. I'd never been to the Philippines, and it was a country I just wanted to scratch off the list since it was in Asia. And I liked it. I went to Boracay and Malapascua and had a good time. And I also went up to Zambales and went hiking up there. Had a really good time, and thought at some point I'd love to come back.
So it was just random, choosing the Philippines.
Pretty random.
Where were you when you visited the Philippines? Where were you residing when you were visited the Philippines?
I was still in the U.S. And this was before I moved to China.
Oh, yeah. What are the countries that you've visited in Southeast Asia aside from the Philippines?
Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, China, of course, Taiwan, and I feel like I'm missing. Malaysia and Singapore. So
compared to those Southeast Asian countries that you've visited, what makes Philippines stand out, or why did you choose the Philippines?
I didn't intend to come to live here. It was a pit stop. I had taken another job teaching at a university in China, and it was just a pit stop before I went off to China for my next contract. And I thought it would be a cool idea to come here for a couple of months, unwind, do some hiking, do some outdoor stuff, and relax. And so I came here to kind of chill and just hang out for a while, and I ended up staying.
So you didn't really intend to stay here?
Had no intention of staying here.
Got it. What were your biggest concerns before moving here to the Philippines?
I didn't have any concerns because I didn't have any intention of staying here.
Got it.
I didn't even think twice about it. I just rented a place and hung out and did some outdoor stuff. I had a couple of friends here that I knew already. I just wanted to chill.
So your mindset is just like a vacation mode.
Yeah.
You're in vacation mode. So you weren't really expecting to stay here longer than...
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Correct. So what changed things is that my mom's health was starting to fail in July. And so I went back to spend some time with my mom. She passed away shortly after that. So it just kind of got me thinking about what I wanted to do with my life and the direction my life was going in. And I decided that I was just going to stay in the Philippines, and I knew with my credentials I'd be able to find something that worked for me, and I was able to do that.
I'm sorry to hear that. What or who inspired you to do a YouTube channel? And when did you start your YouTube channel?
My nephew Deshaun inspired me. Actually, shout out to him. When I was at home, we went on a hiking trip, and he was into doing TikTok videos. He was into doing some short TikTok shorts,
Reels.
Yeah, reels or whatever. And I asked him, hey, how do you do that? And so he kind of explained it to me. But so when I came to the Philippines, that's what I thought. I thought, you know what? I'll create a YouTube channel and I'll make that happen, and that will be my job. I was able to find another job that was a little bit more lucrative in the meantime, but that was kind of the start of Richie Rich Abroad.
So what particularly is the niche that you have in mind when you started your YouTube channel?
I actually thought travel and relationships, because I looked around. At home, I watched the Filipina P's videos, and I really liked her videos. I've been watching her videos for like, I don't know, 4 years or something, 2-3 years or something like that. And I really liked her videos. So I thought traveling around the Philippines and talking about relationships and talking about cross-cultural things, I thought would be really cool and really informative, and would give me a chance to travel more. So
yeah, so
that was kind of the idea.
Got it. So it's like you already have that YouTube. You want to build a YouTube channel in your mind for how long?
It was in my mind, but at the time I had no idea what it was. I had no idea.
You just want to do it.
I just know me. I understand me, and I know that once I set my mind to something and I check it out and I think it's viable, once I say I'm going to do it, I know that I'm going to accomplish it. And so that's what I said. I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and I didn't even know what it took to monetize a YouTube channel at that time, but I didn't care. I knew I could do it, and that was that.
So during the first months of you doing YouTube, when was it difficult? Was it easy, or how did you find managing or creating your YouTube channel?
It wasn't easy because I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I literally had no idea how to make a video, how to film. I definitely didn't know how to edit. I didn't know anything about making a YouTube channel, I didn't know anything about making a video at all. So it definitely wasn't easy, but I did understand that I could research all of that stuff, learn a lot of stuff on YouTube or online, and learn how to do those kind of things. So that's what I did. So in the beginning, it was a lot of research. After that, I started working kind of August. I got my online job teaching law classes. And I started working in August, and it was slow at first, but it really started to build and build and build. And by October, November, I had gotten pretty busy teaching classes. So then I had to balance. I had to learn to balance between both of those things.
Yeah. So it must have been difficult to juggle work and at the same time building your channel.
Well, you have to manage your time. It's just something you have to do if you want to be successful.
So what encouraged you to invite me to do YouTube with you?
Well, I mean, I think most people know the story now. When we first met, we met online, and I wasn't really
feeling me.
At first I wasn't really feeling you, but you had a lot of energy, and you were kind of funny. And I just thought you would be the perfect person for me to interview online. And so I asked you, hey, you want to do an interview? And you said, yeah. And that was kind of my first YouTube video. I think interview.
I think it was. Yeah. So during our first meeting, what was your first impression of me? What the vibe?
I think at that time, it was like a month or two into me living here in the Philippines. And I really didn't know anything about the culture as far as dating. And I think I'd kind of already figured out that I probably shouldn't be dating, and I should kind of just chill, focus on work. But somehow, some way, we ended up connecting online, and we ended up meeting. And I thought, and then just based on your energy, I just thought, what the heck, it would be cool to interview her. And when you said, yeah, I thought that was really cool. And we ended up we ended up doing the interview. And I thought, actually, all things considered, when I go back and look at it, It wasn't bad. The interview wasn't bad.
Yeah, except that you remember we haven't figured out how to use the
we
microphone.
didn't know nothing. I mean, we didn't know nothing.
The sound was
the
awful.
The sound was terrible. It was. I mean, but all things considered, you have to start somewhere. And one of the things that I learned on YouTube was your first videos are not going to be good. There's always going to be a lot wrong with your first videos, and you'll keep improving. You just keep on improving.
So how do you think our relationship improved since we started dating?
It's improved a lot. I think we have a different idea of, I think the hardest thing is to understand that we have a different idea of what hard work is, what preparation is, and what success is, and what, we just have different ideas about different things. Those people are going to have higher standards because they have higher standards for themselves. You can't have it both ways. If you want somebody who makes a lot of money, guess what? He's going to be a very driven person. And that's something that, a lot of women, they want the guy with the bag, but they don't understand how to keep the guy with the bag. They don't understand what it takes to be with the guy with the bag. But in general, I think our relationship has progressed. I think it's gotten better. I think it's definitely gotten better. There's no doubt there's still some work for us to do. I think I've gotten remarkably more patient, and it's necessary. And
it's well appreciated.
And I appreciate you being patient with me. It's cool because the people out there can't see what goes on behind the scenes. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of teamwork, and it's not always easy.
It's not. Yeah. It's hard, and sometimes I make it hard for you.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So my next question is that you were very transparent and firm with your preference about not dating a single mother with more than one child. So what made you change your mind?
When I first thought about it, I thought it would be better for me to date someone with no children. But the problem with that was that I don't want to date young girls. I prefer somebody in the mid-30s to early 40s. And you're not going to find a lot of women in that age group that don't have children. To be honest, your boys made me change my mind, and because they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool boys.
Thank you.
And they called me Uncle Rich all the time, and I liked it. And it was kind of cool that they're always calling me Uncle Rich every 5 seconds when I was around.
So in your opinion, do you think that my character changed since the first time you met me? Since you met me from over the course of 1.5 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
And April will be 2 years. So.
In general.
Do I think you've changed? Yeah, I think you've changed somewhat. First and foremost, I mean, I always saw you as a very responsible mom. I've always seen you as a good mom. I know that you're always looking out for your boys, and you want what's best for them. The compliment that I would give you is, I would say, I know that you definitely made an effort to communicate better. You made an effort to improve. You've made an effort to improve your communication skills. And I don't know that you were bad. I just think here in the Philippines, people communicate different. And sometimes the communication is not communicating. And so, so get used to it when you come here to the Philippines.
So when it comes to like attitude towards you, I'm referring to my character as, in terms of attitude towards you, how I treat you, how I, was it any different compared to the first time we met?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I think, there's times when we'd have certain conversations and your tone would change, and
I get sassy.
I don't have a problem escorting somebody out the door when they take a tone with me that I feel like is disrespectful. I'm not going to put hands on you or nothing like that, or I'm not going to cuss you out, nothing like that. But I don't have a problem escorting you out the door, and I know you understand that. And maybe we can start over tomorrow or the next day or the next day when you can talk to me with a better tone.
With a calmer.
Yeah, with a better tone or what have you. But
sometimes, when you're aggravated or when you're a little, high with your emotions, you can't help but control the tone. You don't really try to be rude or disrespectful or something. But
Yeah.
that's what I think what's worked for us, because whenever I get a little high with my emotions, she always check me, and then I think that I'm trying to lower my tone, because I don't really intend to disrespect you in any way.
I don't think you ever intend to disrespect me.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So how do you think being in a relationship with me changed you as a person?
Patience. I had to learn a lot. I had to learn a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's a compliment or it's
and it's a little bit of both. A little bit of both. I had to learn a lot of patience. Our audience gets to see you like this, and they get to see the beauty of you, and
Thank you.
And you always look
all
so
the
pretty on
positive.
camera. Yeah, they get to see all of that, which is cool. But you and I know what goes on behind the cameras, and it required a lot of patience. It did.
I understand.
And I'm glad I had the patience. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad you had the perseverance, because if you didn't have the perseverance, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now.
We hung on to each other. So I think that's also, or maybe I just hang on. It's just me.
We'll say we hung on to each other. The other thing I'll say is, I've always said I don't want to be in a relationship and teach the person I'm in a relationship with. But what I found is you have to. You have to. In a lot of cases, not every case, but in a lot of cases you have to, because the age difference. I mean, it's not like you're young, but you're not old either. And the difference is, the big difference is the experience.
Yeah,
the level of experience. And so making my mind up that I'm willing to teach when necessary, and willing to let go. Willing to let go and let you do things your own way and how you know how to do it. Because that's not easy. When you get older, you get set in your ways and you think that things should be done a certain way. And you have to be willing to let go and just say, you know what, it's not a big deal. Let her do it how she wants to do it. Even though you might think your way is better. Yeah, but just being willing to let go. So I've changed a lot. I think I've changed a lot since we
I concur
first started.
with you. Yeah. What is something you learned about love and relationships from being with me?
Sacrifice, compromise, and patience. I think, and this is where I'll talk about your boys. When you mentioned love too, and I'll say this. I think sometimes you do things that are just bigger than you. You want to do things that are just bigger than you. When you leave this earth, for me, I always think about, how are people going to remember me? And
what will be your legacy?
Yeah, what's my legacy? How are people going to remember me? And when I leave this earth, I hope that people think I did a lot more good than bad.
If you could go back and give your younger self relationship advice, what would it be and why?
I would say be patient. I know, but what young person is patient though? I would say be patient, but the other thing I would say is take it easy. Just take it easy. Sometimes, even now, I'm too serious. I mean, I joke. They don't know. It's kind of shtick. It's kind of shtick. How our interaction.
The grumpy. You're the grumpy old man.
It's kind of shtick, right? But at the same time,
it's kind of true.
That is part of my persona. My real persona is that I'm kind of serious. And when I get in business mode, I'm in business mode. When I'm working, I'm working. And success means a lot to me. I think the person who's successful is willing to do things that other people aren't willing to do. And that's who I am. So I don't know anything different. And that mindset has allowed me to do a lot of things that most people haven't done in this life. So that's what's got me to where I am today, and that's what's helped me to be successful to this point, at least. And but to answer your question, I would make myself relax a little bit more, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah, not slow down, but just not be so serious all the time. Not be so serious, and be willing to understand. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to do things exactly the way I think they should be done. and you just got to roll with it.
And also, not everybody thinks the way you think. Yeah.
I think few people think
A few, yeah. For you two guys know, when he's in creative mode, he's in creative mode. You cannot disrupt him like that, or he's in work mode. There's a specific time for everything.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
So if you want to have more free time, then do what you need to do.
I'll say this. I mean, real quick. You can see this. I mean, this interview is. I had no idea what the questions are at all, and I didn't want to know what the questions were. So, but you can see this is kind of this is the real me. I mean, what you
serious.
see, what you see online is shtick. She's the goofy, giggly girl, and I'm
like that.
kind of but that's her. That's who she is, and I'm kind of the grumpy old dude, and I'm not a grumpy old dude, but I am serious. I'm a fairly serious person.
Yes.
But I go to the gym. I go out and I have fun. But when I'm in work mode, I'm definitely in work mode. So learning to relax and just to enjoy each day.
What does success look like to you in your personal and professional life?
In my personal life, success means that I have good relationships with the people that I love. I have good relationships with the people I care about. Sometimes I have to check my ego, even when I might think I'm right. But having good relationships with my friends and family, and staying healthy, doing I like doing Spartan races and running and exercising and getting in the gym.
Yeah.
And the other thing is just pushing myself as far as my work. I actually like work. I know there's people out there that they would rather stay home. I love working. I love the feeling of success. That's where confidence comes from. Success. And I've been lucky enough to be successful in some ventures and unsuccessful in others. But I think that's the nature of the beast, and that's business. But I love working. I love feeling the feeling of doing something, of setting goals and achieving those goals, or even surpassing those goals. That's what I like to do, and so that's what it means to me. It's just when I look back at the end of a year, I meet the goals that I set for myself, personal and financial and vocational as well, and I'm able to do the things that I set out to do.
Okay. So for my last question, do you envision any significant life changes, like for example a career shift or moving to another country with you or with your partner maybe?
Are you ready to move to another country?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I guess we'd have to talk about that off camera, right?
Yeah.
So for right now, I'll say I plan on being in the Philippines for a while. How long that while is, we don't know. I guess that's something we'd have to talk about. But for the definite near future, I'll be here.
Philippines will be home for you for a little bit.
Yeah, at least for a little bit. As far as significant changes, I don't know. I mean, I would like to get married. I mean, I'm already settled down, so to speak, but I think that's probably the next change that I would have in my life is maybe having not just a partner, but a committed relationship that includes marriage. That'd probably be the only change I see happening in the near future.
So you think that you are pretty much contented with what you have right now, or because there are a lot of expats who come here in the Philippines have a lot of options, just like what we do in the previous videos that we have. So how did you come up with that, mindset that are you going to settle with this woman? Are you going to look for someone else? Or?
I think I realized that in as much as I might have a lot of options, you have options too. You're a pretty girl, you're a smart girl, you're educated. I understand you have options too. If I vetted you carefully and I choose you, my job from that point forward is to be your best choice or your best option.
Got it.
So it doesn't matter how many options I have. Same. The game is still the same, and it's and I think it's vice versa. I think it's your job
to be
my best choice as well, because like you said, there's other choices. This is the Philippines, and it doesn't matter. I think even if I was at home, it wasn't different at home.
Yeah.
The women were just bigger and they looked older.
But you have a pretty good resume, so I think you'll be you'll be snatched by a lot of women. So do you have any message or advice to aspiring passport bros who want to come over to Southeast Asia and follow just like what you did?
Yeah, I do have a message. My message would be this. If you come over here thinking it's paradise or it's going to be this utopian society where you can have any woman you want, you're a 3, 4, or 5, and you're going to pick up women that are 8s, 9s, and 10s, you're out of your damn mind. You better have your mind right. You better have your body right. You better have your pockets right. And if you don't, you're going to find out you are not her best choice. And she is also going to find out you're not her best choice. And she's going to keep it pushing. And she's going to get to a point where there's no money, there's no nothing. She doesn't see you as a life, as someone who, she doesn't see you as someone who can provide her with safety and security. And she's going to let you know that.
Yeah. Okay. So there you have it. So that's our interview with the one and only Richie Rich. I hope you guys enjoyed this interview as much as I did. So we hope you like it. As always, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get updated on our latest videos.
So join us on Wednesday for our next video. I know you're going to like this. I'm calling bullshit on men who say they won't date a single mom.
That's right. So wait for it till it pops off on Wednesday.
But in the meantime, I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich. But you do that. But in the meantime.
So in the meantime, I'm Cheng from Richie Rich Abroad.
And I'm Richie Rich.
Deuces. We're out. Peace. You don't want to leave yet?
Yeah. Okay.
So in the meantime, I'm Cheng from Richie Rich Abroad.
No, actually, I'll do it. It doesn't sound right. This is a good grumpy old man.
You're not grumpy. You're just this is his natural self, the serious workaholic. Can you call yourself workaholic?
Far from
You are.
I just work a lot.
Yeah, it's different. You work a lot. Workaholic. You are, because his pastime is working.
Nah.
Yeah.
Pastime.
Yeah, when you're sitting in front of your laptop, you're still working. You're just watching videos, but you're still working. He's looking for content. Anyway.
I don't think I'm workaholic, but okay.
That we have other videos that you
just
like.
As good.
Oh, we forgot. We're not supposed to do that.
We'll do the political point.
What's that?
The politician point, right? This is how politicians point.
Is that right?
Yeah, so they don't point because people find it offensive. So, they always, you'll notice they always point. They always
like
do this.
that?
Yeah, they always do this. So if you like this video, don't forget, we have other videos that are just as good, if not better. So check those out too. So in the meantime, I'm Richie Rich for Richie Rich Abroad.
And this is Cheng.
Deuces.
We're out. Peace.